everybody, I'm Tom and you are watching me play Dark Souls Remastered. Today we're going to finish off Sen's Fortress and kill the boss. So that ought to be fun. Someone died here somehow. Arrow trap, it would seem. Probably a fairly common way to die. So this is where we came up last time, by the way. If you're unaware, that path sort of leads you out just down here where those spinning things were. Lightning go over there. Arrow traps there. And we came up here and went left. This time I'm going to go right, explore down here for a bit. There's not a huge area to the right down here, but there's a few guys to kill as well as an item, I think. It's in a chest. I think there's another guy around this corner as well, if I remember correctly. Yep. Once again, I've been playing Switch, so my buttons are weird in my head. Hopefully I'll get used to them, but... See, once again, hitting B rather than A. Anyway, flame stone plate ring, so that will up your fire defense. Fairly self-explanatory. The stone plate rings, whatever they are a stone plate of, will increase the defense of that corresponding colour, I suppose. Or the corresponding element to that colour. So red, fire. Now if we come up here... Yep, we're good. Gotta be careful of this guy, who will throw rocks at you. Ooh. You can actually kind of just keep an eye on him. I'm gonna run down this way. Down here we have a Berenique Knight. We've fought one of these already. This one's harder than the others. But... Oy. Harder than the previous one we fought in any case. But all in all, he's not super difficult. I say as I keep failing to parry him. There we go. Yoink. Wow, he missed me. That was fucking close. It's really not necessary to parry. I got a parry there. That's interesting. You can't actually riposte him. So parrying him is somewhat useless, in all honesty. I really should just hit him. I hit the wrong button there. I was trying to roll. So I'm just completely messed up with my buttons now. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, what you gotta do. I do probably want to kindle here, but... I have like 7 humanity on my bloodstain, so I'll just go get that. It's probably easier than wasting humanity. Or wasting consumable humanity, I should say. So long as you move fairly quickly through this area, the guy throwing bombs will never hit you. 'Tis worth noting. And after you pass this point, he can't hit you, so you're good there. You missed me! Ow. You got me with a 1-2 combo. Partial parry there. There we go. Eesh. I'm not timing this anywhere near correctly enough. That's better. He's gonna try and heal now when he backs off like that. Oh, he didn't. I believe this guy respawns? I'm pretty sure this guy respawns, but I could be wrong. He may not. Now up here we have Richard, i.e. Ricard is his actual name. That was entirely unintentional, just so you know. What I'm trying to do is rate up the message. There we go. Once again, accept and not accept imports are all screwy. This guy is annoying because he'll shoot arrows at you. Easiest way to deal with him is run up right next to him. And sooner or later he'll start using his sword. Which is a rapier. Somewhat hard to parry, actually. Eesh. Granted, you don't have to parry him, I just want to. Ugh. He's also really annoying to fight on these stairs. It's much easier to actually bait him out, but... There we go. Parried. And one more hit should take him out. But he will drop his rapier that he's been hitting us with. Ricard's rapier. Which, if you're going dex build, is actually a fairly good rapier. Where would it be? There we are. It's got base 70, which is fairly high for a rapier. If you look at the other rapier I have, assuming I picked it up. Oh, I didn't pick it up. But 70 is fairly respectable for a rapier. Scales with B in dexterity, so if you're going dex route, it's fairly useful. I, however, am not, so I'll go back to my claymore. Really need to go back to A and B being swapped. I should just play for a bit without recording so I can get back used to it. Neither of these chests are a mimic. Notice that the chains are going backwards on these ones. I mean, it's trolly enough that I'll read it up. That here is a Divine Blessing, which I think is the first time I've encountered that. Unless you start with it as your first gift. And Ring of Sacrifice, which we've got before. It'll stop you from losing your souls when you die. And the Divine Blessing... heals you fully, by the way, is what it does. Yep. Fully restore HP and undoes regularities. Holy water from Goddess Guinevere. Fully restore HP and undo irregularities. The Goddess of Sunlight Guinevere, daughter of the great Lord of Sunlight Gwyn, is cherished by all as the symbol of bounty and fertility. So that's like, it'll have the same effect as a Humanity, essentially. It will fully heal you. Which is nice. Now I'm going to head back. I'm probably going to actually sit at that bonfire and rest and kindle it. Simply because I want to have 10 Estus in this area. I don't really need 10 Estus in this area for the most part, but the way I'm playing currently, I probably do. So I probably shouldn't say that with such certainty, but... Like... This means I could get invaded here. It's a fairly common invasion spot, but I think most people that do stuff here are people who are doing red soapstone sign summoning. So you put your sign down to be invited in to invade, is what most people do in this area. So it's probably far less likely that I'm going to actually get invaded. But if we do, so much the better. I get to do some invasion, I suppose. I'm not actually wearing gloves, and I think last episode, I should say, I got some gloves that I could probably wear without any problem. Being Goldhem set. Nope, that puts me into mid-roll. Kind of irritating. $60. So I need to be under a quarter of 60. So I need to be under 15. I suppose 15 and under? What's that put me on? Yeah, 14.9. So, yeah, I'm actually like at my limit at the current stage. This could get me. That was close. I survived though, so that's all that matters. I'm gonna do a jump across here. Careful of that jump, it's quite easy to fall off. And that guy throws boulders there. Also, this guy shoots you from over there, which is kind of annoying. But we make it in here and we find this guy who looks very tall, but in reality is just floating. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. He's not actually standing on the ground, which makes him look enormous, but he's actually not.
What? What? Who are you? But I'm no different from those vile creatures. Ah, you think you're different? Yes, I'm... So, let me help you out.
Your soul searching. This guy here is notable because he sells large Titanite shards. So if you don't have a plus 10 by this point, you can just buy large Titanite shards and get to a plus 10. Essentially, they're telling you, this is the point where you want to be at a plus 10. He also sells green Titanite shards, which allows you to get fire infusion as well as holy infusion, I think? Or divine infusion, I should say. So, essentially, this guy will allow you to upgrade very easily. He also sells black fire bombs and green blossom. Green blossom is like the Chloranthy ring that I'm wearing at the moment. It gives you that effect for a short time. It's like a minute or something. It's not ages. He also sells some big heavy weapons if you are playing a strength character. Standard arrow type things. I think he's the first guy who sells you feathered arrows, which are like the best arrows. Or large arrows. No, feathered arrows do it for a longer distance. Large arrows are the more damaging ones. I think that's how it works. You can buy the Katarina set, as well as the steel plate set, and the boulder set. I forgot he sold the boulder set. As well as these two rings, which they are the accompanying rings of the fire ring. So you get the thunderstone plate, and then the spellstone plate.
Nothing at all. Fine.
Honestly, I never really use the stone plate rings at all. You can, there's nothing wrong with them. They do their job exactly as they say, but I've never found them particularly useful. It's not often that I want a specific type of defense, I think is probably the issue. I never go in specifically wanting magic defense. I suppose, like, there are some bosses where it could be useful, I suppose, but... Hello. I can't parry that! That combo does a fair amount of damage. I may cut out the run back down to there. I mean, it's not a particularly far run, but we'll see. Yeah, that combo that those guys do does a fair amount of damage. It's definitely up there. Alright, we're back. I don't know if I actually cut that out or not. It was literally about 10 seconds, so I probably won't bother. However, this time, hopefully I won't die to the snake man. Or snake woman. Not entirely sure which. Give me this. That's more what I expect them to do. They don't usually, run at you straight away. Backstab is enough to kill it. Sweet. This here is the cage key. There's one door that this opens that you need this key specifically for, which I'll show you in just a second. But this has also opened the cages down where Logan is, and that item that I showed in the previous episode. So if you don't have the master key, that's the key you need to actually unlock those doors. So you just do a bit of backtracking back down there. Other than that, it's the only thing down here. It's not a particularly exciting area. It's weird they give you such a long... I mean, I guess... what else are they going to do? Put an elevator for nothing? I suppose the long staircase makes sense. But it's just interesting they put the key there. Like, that area is completely superfluous as opposed to a key. They could have just put the key, like, here. Or made it, like, him sell the key, I guess. I don't know, it just seems weird that they'd even put that in, but they did. Jump back across here. Oh, I fell. On the plus side, I get to show off this item. Sniper crossbow and sniper bolts. And this is just above these Boulder Knight men. I've parried a few Boulder Knights, so I'm pretty good at their timing. Oh. Someone kindled. I have 11 Estus flasks. If you find yourself with above the number of Estus flasks you thought you had, chances are that someone has kindled the bonfire in the area that you're in. So if you're playing online and, like before when I kindled the bonfire for instance. Where is he throwing that boulder? Up there, I'm fine. I kindled the bonfire for instance before. All the people playing in this area will get an extra Estus flask for everyone who kindles in the area. It's a weird kind of thing that isn't really mentioned at all, but at least nowhere in the game. That's better. After me just saying I'm good at parrying Boulder Knights. Titanite shard. Nice. There's nothing out here, and I don't fully understand what the point of this dead end ahead. It's correct, it is. This is under the boss fight, but like, I don't really know why it's here. Other than to give you like a vista of the area, I suppose. You can see the undead church over there. That's why we fought the gargoyles. That's the man who's dropping boulders and everything. We ran up that area there. I mean, I guess for the vista, it's pretty much the only reason it's here, but it seems like the place I would put an illusory wall or like a hidden item or something. I don't know, it's very strange. But this here is this is a place that you can only use the cage key for. You can't use the master key. Shortcut, indeed, it is a shortcut. You can open this door here. I don't actually want to use it, but Pip. I mean, that was close. But that'll go all the way down to the very start of Sen's Fortress, which is useful. So, essentially from the Andre bonfire, you run in, and on that first bridge, these cages will just sit, and you can just walk in them, and they'll take you all the way up, and then all the way back down again. So it's quite useful, particularly for those who never found the bonfire. It's an incredibly useful shortcut. Because doing this without bonfire kind of sucks. Now careful along here, because this corner here, the man up top can throw bombs at. Like that. However, if we come up here, this is the man who's been throwing boulders at us. So we can kill him, which is nice. And he does not respawn. He also gives us a Titanite chunk, which is nice. Nice. Most powerful punch in the West. Rolling. Yeah. For some reason these boulders can just be, well, bombs I suppose, can just be destroyed by like rolling into them. It's really odd, I don't really know why. But we get a good glimpse from up here of the boss fight. It's the Iron Golem there, waiting and ready. Over and under there is where we fought Richard, aka Ricard. And over this way... Oh wait, I'm not human at the moment, am I? Yeah, whatever. This seemingly empty room, if you're human, there is a summon sign here to summon Iron Tarkus, who, honestly, in a lot of cases on New Game, can just solo this boss if you just let him go. Sometimes he gets killed, usually by getting thrown off the edge, but for the most part, he's pretty damn good at just murdering fools. Do I power within for this? Sure. Don't really need a power within for this, but I will. Makes it slightly easier for me. That was close. That grab attack sucks. Try not to get hit by that. Oop, and now he's all wobbly. Oh, god damn it. You can actually make him fall off the edge, which is what I was going for, obviously. Heal back up. But even if you don't get him to fall off the edge, he's not particularly difficult. Always good to roll through attacks. There he goes. But you can do that with the first time he falls over. And he dies. Which makes it a lot easier. And for that, we should get a shit ton of souls. 40,000, there you go. As well as the core of the Iron Golem. So this here looks very nice in Remastered, I must say. So we could examine this Ring of Light. But I'm not going to yet. I did it. Congratulations. So that Ring of Light will take you to Anor Londo. I'll show that very cool cutscene probably next episode. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually cut away, because now that I have the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring, which you may remember I was talking about... That guy does respawn, by the way. There he is right there. You may have heard me talk about the fact that I had the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring and it dropped my item find chance, or increases my item find chance. I now want to farm the dragon scales that I need. I'm probably not actually going to farm dragon scales. What I'm actually going to do is farm egg vermifuge, which can be traded to the crow. So you trade them with the crow and then you get dragon scales for egg vermifuge. I should probably kill this guy for safety, I suppose. There we go. My parrying is not anywhere near on point as it was before. I really need to get back to used to playing the game, I suppose. Where I am, by the way, is back down near the start, which is where that shortcut takes you. If you're not fully aware of where I am, you'll see in a moment. Run down here. Now, I'm just going to run straight through here. There's two snake guys, but I'm going to ignore them. I'm just going to run straight to the bonfire. I should probably level up, considering how many bloody souls I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like it. Puts me up to 16 weight. I can have... ups my damage fairly significantly. Works for me. Alright. So... sorry about that cut. I'm back. I lost my train of thought for a second. I can now go up to 16 weight. So I can wear crimson gloves. Sure. So now, yep, fast roll and I'm wearing gloves. So that's quite nice. But to farm these egg vermifuge, I think I've actually shown this before. Hey Andre, you're very loud. Have I killed this boy? No, I haven't. I may actually just kill this Titanite demon while I'm here. Just because. Plus 10 Claymore makes fairly quick work of that Titanite demon, and he doesn't respawn. So it's just easier to do that, in my opinion. So we're going to come this way. Again, I think I've shown this before, but I'm going to show it again, just in case I didn't. I'm going to kill these trees on my way. One, in case they give me moss clumps, which are always useful to have. And two, just so they don't annoy me on my way. It's a lot easier to kill them now than it is to worry about them later. No moss clumps, though. I believe there's one in the ground here. Yep. Except I missed him. These boys will pop out of the ground. It's quite annoying. But I'm going to actually sit at this bonfire over here. Which, yep, I've already set up before. It's fine. Then what we're going to do is, from this bonfire, we run down this hill. We check in here. I left this... oh, good. Don't pick up this drop. It's a soul. If you're going to do this farming route, you can pick it up if you're just running through the game normally. Notice there's 3 trees around this soul. Once you've picked up the soul, they'll be quote-unquote activated. So every time you run past here, they'll jump out and try and kill you. But if you never touch the soul, they'll never try and kill you. Which is... it's a lot more efficient when you're trying to run through killing things. So you're coming through left here. Hug this left-hand wall. There's a tree here. I know, you can see them in the ground. Their heads sort of stick up. Kill him. Oh. Purple moss clump. Now, what I need to do... I guess rather than Chloranthy, I'll put on the gold serpent ring. I currently have 5 humanity. It's best to do this with 10 humanity. That's how it affects your drop chance. However, what is my item discovery? My item discovery is 380. The maximum is 410. And these guys have a 10% base drop chance, so I think at this point I'm sitting around about 35-40%. You can't lock onto them annoyingly, but I can one-shot them. No drop. But you then continue hugging this wall. You can kind of do a little cut off here. You don't really need to hug the wall. You can just run across here. You don't want to aggro these giants because they're annoying to deal with. Easy to deal with, but annoying nonetheless. There's a second one. No drop. Once you've done that, you just run back to the bonfire and rinse and repeat. Alright, so I'm going to do that a bunch of times and I'll show you when I'm ready to go. I mean, as you've noticed, I've just decided to clear out this area of items while I'm here. There's probably not a lot of commentary over that. But, that's the Elite Knight set, which is a nice drop. With my Claymore currently, I'm kind of okay with just doing that, because I have enough strength that I can just, like, 1 or 2 shot a lot of the stuff in here. One-handed R1 takes care of the trees. 2 R2s, or two-handed R1s, I should say, with a Claymore will take them out as well. In any case, now I'll cut 1. And we're back. And with that, I've managed to get myself 24 egg vermifuge, which combined with the 7 dragon scales I already have puts me at 31. So that'll allow me to get to the 2nd rank of the Dragon Covenant, which is what I want to get to. I mean, I could go for max rank, which is 80 dragon scales, but that is a hell of a lot of farming that I can't bother doing. And the only reward you get going higher up is slightly more damage in your dragon form. So, I mean, I may do it later, but seems very unlikely. So, all I need to do now is go to the Undead Asylum, which I'm going to head off to now, and transfer all those egg vermifuge and turn them into dragon scales. Be back with you momentarily. So, cut back in here, we're back at Andre, and doing that farming got me about nearly 17,000 souls. So what I'm going to do is actually pop a few consumable souls. I think Soul of a Brave Warrior is 5,000. Yep. That'll get me 20,000 souls, which will allow me...
Well,
hello again.
Need any?
To be able to purchase the Crest of Artorias. Would you look at that? Which is a key that we'll need later.
Knife.
So that just worked out kind of evenly, so I thought I'd get it. Anyway. Be back in a second. And here we are back at Forland Shrine. And we're gonna... I think you can actually roll this. Yep. We're going to head up here. I'm sure I've shown this before, but on the off chance I haven't, you can come up here. I'll find out in a second, because I don't think you have to wait as long. Curl up into a ball. Yep, I've shown it before. I'll skip the cutscene, because I've shown it before. The crow will pick us up and take us back to the Undead Asylum. Very handily. Now, I'll kill these guys just for safety. Honestly, may not have to, but... it just seems like the safer option. I think if you're saved and quit correctly, you could probably get around them without bothering. But, we come up here to Snuggly the Crow.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
Alright then. Now, I don't know if I have to do this one at a time. If I do, I mean, either way this is going to be sped up, but let's try dropping... multiple. And then we can save and quit. Continue.
You, give me.
I only got 1 dragon scale. You have to do this one at a time. So we'll actually just straight up cut this out, because it's going to be tedious. The only other test I could do, I suppose... Let me try this. What happens if I drop 2? Twinkling Titanite 1. Alrighty then. It's gonna take some time.
No, enough.
Alright. I farmed them for no reason, because you only trade one. But I only let you trade one. Why did I think you could trade multiple? Am I an idiot? Apparently. Well, that was a waste of time. On the plus side, if I ever turn into an egghead, I'll have a shitload of egg vermifuge. I knew there was a reason you couldn't just farm egg vermifuge. I just couldn't remember it, obviously. Oh, well... While I'm here... let's do some murdering, shall we? While we're here... let's kill a stray demon. Slightly more damage. Stray demon dead. Thank you. That gives you a Titanite slab, which is a very, very rare item. Which way do I need to go? The corner with the torches, alright? Yeah. The corner with the torches had a ladder. We can climb said ladder. So let's drop back down here. Careful of this Black Knight that is now guarding this place. Because that can happen. I'll cut out the run back. Alright, and we're back. Someone rebuilds that floor while you're away. I don't know who, but... good job to them, I suppose. Now this time, don't get murdered by the Black Knight would be nice. That's better. Now that's what I was trying to do last time, and failed. You know what I should do while I'm here, actually? I took the gold serpent ring off, but I'll put it back on just so I can get Black Knight drops. Why not? Now this is our original cell that we started the game in. It gives us a peculiar doll. Treasure ahead, thanks. Which is a key. A strange doll with a strange dress. There once was an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly, and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. It's worth noting in this game, reading item descriptions is usually a very good way of actually, like, finding out what you need to do. Like, the fact that that doll is a key is weird, which you find out to start with, but secondly, like, it tells you about a painted world, which, I mean, you know. Tells you where you need to go. But I'm going to finish running through here. There's a couple more black knights I can kill. Apparently I never lit that bonfire. So we got this black knight. Another straight sword black knight. Eesh. That's the one I'm best at parrying at, as you may have noticed. The two fast swings, I'm quite good at parrying. There you go, Black Knight Sword. Sweet. So I can use that if I want to as well. Now we run up here and meet a familiar face. Be able to see him through there. It is tears ahead. I would hate to harm you after death. Fight me here. Ugh, the mid-roll. Sorry, Oscar. Fare thee well. Gives us the Crest Shield, which I think has fairly good magic resistance, if I remember correctly. Yes, has 80 magic resistance, which is fairly damn high, particularly for a metal shield. A lot of the time, if you want really good magic resistance, you go for the wooden shields. Has crappy fire and lightning resistance, however. But pretty good stability as well. I'm currently using the Grass Crest Shield, by the way. I changed over to it. Simply because the Grass Crest Shield is just so much better. It gives you stamina regeneration, so I can replace the Chloranthy ring with it. I guess I should heal, really, shouldn't I? There we go. Broken Straight Sword. That's the only thing those guys can drop. I don't know why I always grab the drop off them, because it's always a Broken Straight Sword. It is literally the only thing they can drop. Kill this guy here. Finally allows us to come over to this door. Titanite Shard. It's nice. That is the key we got off the roof of near the Filing Shrine, by the way. I got it a very long time ago and didn't use it. I've just remembered, so. But this here is the Rusted Iron Ring. If you come here earlier to get this, it makes Blighttown a lot easier because you can run at full speed, which just makes Blighttown much nicer running through the water. That's all this ring does, by the way, is improved balance on poor footing, not sure footing. This iron ring was used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. Those who find this strange ring their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor ground, such as swamps. Poor ground is a weird translation, if you ask me, because poor footing to me doesn't really mean like in like shallow water. That's not what I would call poor footing, but hey, to each their own. So, we actually did two things in here. I guess my screw up of thinking I could use egg vermifuge was not totally wasted, because I came back here and got a titanite slab. So that's something, I suppose. Oh, but that's annoying. It means I'm going to have to actually farm drakes, which is far more irritating. I may do that just completely off camera. And next time I'll come back with my scales. Might be the easier way to do things. But I think that's it for today. I can't rest at Firelink, can I? Huh. Because Anastasia's dead. I guess I'll just Homeward Bone, I suppose. Assuming I have a Homeward Bone. I do have 3. This should take us back to Andre's bonfire. It does. I'm gonna level up one more time. I'll go to 15 and 25. Fairly round numbers. That's probably it for vitality and endurance, in all honesty. That's probably all I need. Just strength and dex it up to 40 probably. May get more endurance later if I want it, but build's essentially done for what I want to do with it. But thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time, where I will have all the dragon scales that I planned on getting, and then we'll head off to Anor Londo, I think. Is there anything else I want to do? I don't think so. I think it's Anor Londo next, which will be fun. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye.